Well, chat, this is the Get Back here for our stream. I'm Lewis. There's Jessica over there on my top right, and there's Daniel up there on my top left. And
Hi.
we just got done watching the NFL Conference Championship games, one for the AFC, one for the NFC. Denver Broncos taking on the New England Patriots, and the Seattle Seahawks taking on the LA Rams. And let's just say that our egos are crushed. Our egos are bruised. None of our
Humbled.
Super Bowl picks made it to
I'm never
the final
making
round.
picks again. I'm done. My last year making picks.
And we'll do it again
And
next
we'll do
year.
it again next year because we will.
No, we won't.
You know what's funny, chat?
No.
Jessica says this about fantasy, and she's always back. So I never believe her, and this is hyperbole for her. Okay, so let her have her moment. You know what? She's distraught. I am distraught as well.
No,
I'm
because
never making a
fantasy is
pick again.
fake. So I can hype myself up for fakeness.
I'm never making
I
a pick
cannot
again.
deal with this right now.
I'm gonna join the train.
I can
I'm
no
never
longer
making a
deal with
pick.
the NFL.
I'm never gonna make another pick again before we're back here on Friday making a Super Bowl pick. So, you know why? It's fine.
Screw.
It's
I hope
fine.
both teams lose. I hope
Well,
lightning strikes the stadium and
all
the game
right.
can't be
Well,
played.
speaking of those two teams that we'll talk about in the Super Bowl in a little bit, let's talk about the games that happened today. Let's talk about the 4 teams that were here, and then we got cut down to 2. So let's start with the AFC, the 3 o'clock game, the most boring game of the day. There was only 2, so one of them had to be boring. You had the New England Patriots going into Denver, taking on the Denver Broncos. This game, I watched it. I don't know if you guys saw the totality of this game. I'll start with my thoughts. Boring, dull, really bad. Outside of one Jarrett Stidham drive and one Drake May touchdown run, really dull. But you know what? The defense. Hey, both defenses are really good. The Patriots defense is really good, and the Broncos defense is very good. So I'm not going to shit on them at all because they played a really good game. Now, about with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, it started to snow, and then both offenses couldn't do anything. So that kind of, made me hate the game a little bit more because both offenses couldn't do anything, literally. Had multiple field goal attempts, and they just shanked them all. Patriots got a block on one of them.
See.
And that was it. Yeah, and the Patriots win 10-7. And Jarrett Stidham had that one drive. Outside of that, looked awful. Looked pedestrian. Looked like a backup QB because he is. That's what he is. That's his ceiling. Okay? Drake May and the Patriots, I guess you could say they showed me a lot of resolve, right? Tough, gritty defensive game, right? Game of inches, a game of, trying to get yards on a punt. You know what I mean? And just stopping the other team from scoring, and they did that, right? So not a fun way to go into the Super Bowl. Not really a big momentum way of shaking things up and going into the Super Bowl. But they are going to the Super Bowl. The New England Patriots are back. After 2 4-win seasons in a row, they are now on their way to possibly becoming Super Bowl champions again. For the 7th time. As a franchise. Yikes. Does anybody have anything else to add about this game? Anything else?
The Broncos, right? That's what you're talking about?
Yep, Broncos, Patriots, yep.
It was a boring game, but I do want to give some props to the backup of the Broncos,
Jarrett Stidham.
Jarrett Stidham, yeah. I feel like it wasn't a complete shit the bed for someone who hasn't played in like 2, 3. I don't know. When did he play? When did he ever play? Like
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Literally.
Yep.
Yeah, no, shout out. I mean, the Patriots only scored 10 points, so they definitely had to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How I would describe this game: dull, boring, dry, outside of a Jarrett Stidham drive. Yeah. I mean, both defenses are really good. We know that. It was going to be a tough game regardless. The snow didn't help. Genuinely didn't help.
Mhm.
So who knows if the snow didn't come, what the result would have been, how it would have looked. The two takeaways I have is that I have no answer on this on the Patriots team. I don't know how good it actually is. Their entire path throughout the playoffs has been questionable at best. They had the easiest schedule by win percentage in the NFL. They played Justin Herbert in the playoffs. They played C.J. Stroud in the playoffs. We know how that went. And they played the Denver Broncos without Bo Nix and in the snow. And their only real points came off a turnover in which they were inside the 20 because of that turnover. So I still don't know if Drake May is all that. He had a couple of good runs, but passing-wise didn't really do too much because of the snow. I get it. But I still don't know what thing this Patriots team and how good it actually is and how good it actually can be. They just haven't faced. It's not that they haven't faced good comp. It's had been questionable. There's been asterisks next to all their comps. So is Drake May in this offense really that good? This defense is good. Is it great? I don't think so. I think it has great players, but is it an overall great defense? I think it's beatable. I think you could pass on it. You could run on it. Is it enough for me to justify a Super Bowl? I don't know because I haven't seen it. So I don't know. But shout to New England, I guess. Good for them. The quickest rebuild. Even when they lose right, and they draft right, and they hit all their draft picks, and they become a great team in 2 years. Even when they lose right. That's how good they are. So I think overall, the game is the game. Snow didn't help. It was always going to be defense heavy, but it's a stinker. It happens, For an AFC title game, it sucks, but New England got the job done when it mattered. They got the extra field goal when it mattered, and that's all it took.
Yep.
All it took. They had the right game plan. Mark Vrabel is a great coach. He knew what the game plan was. He executed it. His guys executed it. They didn't turn the ball over. They didn't overexert themselves. That defense is solid, and they did what they needed to do. They didn't let Jared Stidham beat them. That is a very important thing to say. Because if he would have beat them, that would have been a big-time story for Mike Vrabel. How are you letting Jared Stidham beat you? But he didn't let that happen. They had a game plan. They executed it well. They got the job done. They move on. Congrats, New England. And whatever. Fuck Boston.
Yeah, fuck Boston. Yeah, fuck them. And Drake May going to the Super Bowl in his second year. I mean, from 4 wins to 13 wins, right? I mean, that's a fucking impressive jump. Drake May's not even close to where some would say you need to be in order to be in a situation like this, right? Like, it's very rare that you see these guys in, big time moments at such a young age, right? At such a young time in their career. Right? This is his second full season playing. Last year we were talking about him, and Drake May looked good with shit talent, and they only won 4 games, but at least he's gonna be okay. We didn't think that he would be the number 2 or number 1 quarterback in the league. We didn't think that he was going to be number 1 or number 2 in MVP voting. We didn't think he was going to throw 30-plus touchdowns this year. I don't even think Patriots fans knew that. So in order to give, some good, at least some good praise, I guess, Drake May fucking balled out this year way above his own expectations, I think, and way above fans' expectations and even the fucking organization's expectations, right? You bring in Mike Vrabel, you're like, this guy could build up something. Build up, not just fucking come in and immediately have a fucking skyscraper built with fucking a nice patio, gardens at fucking floor 50 and 40 and nice shit over here and a gym and a pool and everything. They got everything right now, and they're clicking. And Mike Vrabel is a really good reason why. Brought in the right guys in the room, and Drake May's playing his ass off. You play the team in front of you. We can talk about schedule all we want, and it is the easiest, but you still got to win. And we see a lot of teams with easy schedules, they don't win. But winning is the most important thing, and especially in New England, when Tom Brady was there, it was a very do-your-job type of team. You do your job. Whoever is in front of you, you fucking beat them. Doesn't matter if it's easy. And Tom Brady would say it. Nothing's easy. This is the NFL. Ain't shit easy. Now, obviously, us fans, we may be like, you're a little bullshitty. But he is right in a grand scheme of things, right? Nothing is easy in life. So, give yourself that edge to always compete and always try to see your opponent at its best. So shout out to the Patriots. They get the win. Drake May played fantastic, and he is a really good reason as why they are in the Super Bowl. This is kind of the leap that we wanted C.J. Stroud to take, right? When we think about it, right? C.J. Stroud, after that rookie year, played really well, won a playoff game. We're thinking, oh, shit, the Texans might go somewhere. And then the regression hits. But Drake May,
I think you can make,
on the up.
make the argument for Stroud. Stroud, Herbert, Love, right? To a degree, Trevor. It's that progression, and I give credit to Mike Vrabel. And again, it's not like this is a bad Patriot team that's winning against bad teams. This is a really good Patriot team winning against bad teams. That's what it's still at the end. It's a really good team. It's a well-coached team. They're disciplined. Their defense is very good. They have talent there. They have talent on offense. It's not like they're lacking talent. It's a really good team led by a progressive quarterback who's doing a really good job, not turning the ball over and going through his progressions, getting the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's remarkable what a team's able to do when you're able to get the quarterback right, the coach right, the draft picks right, the free agency right, and the talent right, and the locker room right, all over the course of a year. That doesn't happen often.
Yep.
We're able to get everything to where it needs to be and enter a Super Bowl in that same year. That's what New England did, and I give credit to Mark Vrabel for doing that.
Yep. And Robert Kraft.
That
brother is one of the greatest owners of all time in any sport ever. He's fantastic. He knows what to do, and they even know how to lose right. As you said, Daniel, they know how to lose right. Even when they lose, they're winning because they're looking for something in the future. They're building towards something. So shout out to the Patriots. Let's get off of this game. Tough for the Broncos, though. You get all the way here, and then your quarterback is hurt, right? And then you got to play with a fucking backup who's shitty. So, tough loss for the Broncos, but your defense still has you in that game. They did. You were very much so in that game for the whole entire game. Once it started snowing, right, maybe. Maybe. But Drake May and them, they got first downs. Right? Why can't you? So, tough for the Broncos. Tough break. All right, any other things to add on before we move on? Nope. All right. Let's move on to the more fun game. This is the more fun cousin. We're shifting over. We're walking down the street to the fun cousin's house. All right, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to pop open a beer, right? We're going to turn on the TV, kick our feet up. We're going to have some food on the table. It's going to be great. Okay, don't do that. We're going to Sean McVay's house. Okay, we're going to Sean McVay's house. And
that's what the fun cousin has.
That's what
Sometimes it's real fun. Don't knock it till you try it.
The Seahawks, the LA Rams, the LA Rams go into Seattle, Lumen Field, to take on the Seattle Seahawks. And this is a very fun game. The offenses were doing their thing. No snow in this game. Thank you to the Lord. No snow in this game. And, Seahawks off to an early lead in the first quarter, right? Up 10-3 at the end of one. But then the Rams, man, slowly started coming back, right? Take the lead 13-10, right? Got the Seahawks punting on multiple drives. And then the Seahawks come back and score a really good touchdown. Now, I will say this. Sam Darnold played his ass off. He had almost 350 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no fucking interceptions. He played amazing. And he is the sole reason why this team is in the Super Bowl right now. He's the sole reason. He's the MVP of that team. I know the defense is good. But if Sam Darnold wasn't that quarterback, would they have gotten there? If they didn't sign Sam Darnold and if they just stuck it out with Geno, they ain't getting there. They made the right move in free agency to get the guy. And Sam Darnold's proven to you why he is the guy. and he came up really fucking clutch in this game, and I just want to give all respect to him. Former Jet. Bounced around a couple teams, and
They also went and got Cooper Cup.
they did. But
Ain't that funny?
you know what's funny? You know what's also funny?
That funny.
Cooper Cup didn't even torch him. JSN torched you for over 150, 60 yards. Get cooked. Respectfully. Okay? And JSN was the one who caught that touchdown at the end of the second half. So, these boys were cooking. Third quarter, Seattle starts, getting up by 11, 24-13. Then the Rams come back, score, make it 20-24. Then Seattle scores again. It kind of felt like the Rams were just a step behind. They were just a step behind Seattle here, right? And they couldn't get the necessary stops needed in order to kill that momentum. The defense just could not do that consistently. But even when they did in the fourth quarter, they give the ball to Matthew Stafford. A 14-play, 84-yard drive that lasted 7.5 minutes. What do? Turn the ball over on fourth down in the red zone. That's what happened. Matthew Stafford did not come up clutch this time. And the defense could not come up clutch when they needed to most. They did force a punt, but with really late time. And the Rams just couldn't get anything going. There was only 20-something seconds on the game clock at that point. And the Rams go out sad. Jess and I picked the Rams to win the Super Bowl. And, Daniel also picked the Broncos. So, all of us got fucking shafted this week. Or this day. Today. And, not fun. So, you guys got any comments about this game? Any thoughts about this game?
Well, I think, first of all, this was a really fun game. This was a really good playoff game. It was intense. It had everything you wanted to be. The Seahawks weren't disciplined, and that kind of let the Rams get back into it. But I think overall, this game was very, very... I think you kind of nailed it. The Rams were, a step behind the entire time. Constantly on the back foot, constantly trying to come back, and when they did have to leave, they gave it up right away. I just think the Seattle is a great team on all aspects. They don't get down. They trust Sam Darnold to throw the ball, which is crazy, and it works. They have the best receiver in the NFL in JSN, who can catch literally anything. Literally anything. Kenneth Walker is a great running back, who, even when they lost Zach Charbonnet, it was no difference. That defense is elite and makes stops when it needs to. So, the Seahawks team is elite. It's an elite team. It's a really well-coached team. Mike McDonald has done a great job there. There's not much more you can say about it. They were just a better team on the day. Period. Stop. Every response the Rams gave them, the Seattle had an answer back. Always. Whether it was a form of a field goal or a touchdown, they always had an answer back. Always. And I think this Seattle team just plays really up to everybody's level. Whoever they're playing, they play up to that level. They don't dip down. They don't kind of sink below that. They're always... You never really see anybody having a bad game. The stars they get theirs. Always. Always. And I think it's a credit to how this team is run, how it's coached, and overall how they play. And I think they're just foundation-wise, a really solid team. They don't do anything unique. They don't do anything that is oh my God, look at this. Or this is what makes them different. Or this is a player that's oh my God, look at this player that's carrying them. No, they each do what they need to do. They do it really well. And at the end of the day, it's a collection that... It's the collective that makes up their whole. Right? Every cog is the same size. Every cog spins at the same pace, and it all works, and that's how they're able to win games. When everybody does their job every game, they win, right? And for LA, they gave it their all. They gave it their all. They had a great game. They didn't make too many mistakes. If anything, Seattle made more mistakes than them. It's just when push came to shove, where it mattered most, their stars didn't really show up. Puka towards the second half, or towards the outside of the end of the game, really didn't have much going. Seattle was able to figure him out and shut him down. You know, Devontae Adams had a couple catches here and there, but he really didn't kind of get out too much, and they couldn't run the ball. They couldn't establish the run at all. And like you said, when it mattered and again the 4th and 4, they don't get the first down, and that pretty much ended the game right there. Seattle did not give them the ball back. Didn't even give them a chance to have the ball back. Right? That's what this LA Ram team just failed to lack, is that really final decisive blow. And we've seen it. When push came to shove, their playmakers stood up and got the play they needed to make. But in that moment, they couldn't find it, and they couldn't do it. So it's just, that's how they are. They need their playmakers to step up in situations, and when they don't win. But give them credit. They were right there. They were at the goal line. They were at the 4th and 4 inside the 5. Couldn't have pushed up all over the line. If they get a touchdown there, if they get a first down there, maybe it's a different story. Maybe they win that game, but they don't. And the Seattle team just was able to do enough things right to find a way to win.
Yep. Jess, you have anything to say about this game?
Oh yeah, good game. Congrats to Sam Darnold. Took you 18 teams to get to this one. Finally be a good quarterback.
Oh, bitter.
Congrats.
Oh, bitter.
Rams, you couldn't stop a nosebleed, but you stayed in the game. You kind of deserve to lose for letting them do that to you. So I can't even be that mad at them. I feel very disenfranchised. I feel very deflated. I did pick the Rams to go, so it's kind of bummed out that my pick lost, but yeah, it was just the Seahawks year. I mean, we don't know what they'll do against the Patriots. I don't know if what they did to the Rams they can do to the Patriots. I don't know, but as far as the Super Bowl game, I'm not like excited for it. It's two teams I can care less about. A team that's not too far. Like, we still have Patriots fatigues. That's why it's not like, oh my, yeah, the Patriots. It's like, oh my God, we're here again with them. So it's like no new blood. It's like no new fervor. It's just like, okay, of course the Patriots are in here. Of course. Like, the Seahawks, it's like, not a team I'm ever excited for. And that's no slight against the Seahawks. It's no slight against the fandom. I know it's a very big fandom, but it's not a team I have any real interest in. Great players. The fucking coach did. People don't even know the coach's name. Beginning of this year, no one knew who this guy was. No one cared. So you got to give respect and props where it's due. But personally speaking, I can care less. But congrats anyway. Thank you for coming to my bitter bitch TED Talk.
Yo, the salt that is. Do you have a fucking salt shaker next to you? Because the amount of salt that you just.
Oh, but I got some pepper.
Oh, good. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, good.
Yeah, no, it's just ridiculous. And yeah, I am a little bitter about it because I get that, when Sam Darnold was with the Jets, we had like nothing to really offer him. The whole organization we know was a complete load of bullshit, so he didn't have much to work with, but still, we could have used some of your fucking quarterback magic then.
Well, Sam Darnold's
But
been
I
in
guess,
the league for a minute, right? It took him a while to get like this. You know what I mean? He always had the tools,
Yeah.
but, it took him a while.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for showing it now.
Kyle Shanahan got him right.
He said, listen, kid, this is how
Shout
you do
Kyle
it. And then he
Shanahan.
went to Minnesota, and then he balled. Unexpectedly. Nobody wanted him to ball. He was supposed to be a backup. Remember, if J.J. McCarthy don't get hurt, Sam Darnold, this universe doesn't exist. But it does.
Yeah, no, it's true. So, you got a lucky break with the J.J. McCartney. With him getting injured.
Oh, my goodness.
Like you said, if he
Jess.
didn't get injured, you would still be someone's backup.
Wow.
Was he not the backup when they got him?
He was.
He was probably gonna start, but the plan was for McCarthy to take over.
Yeah, so they didn't expect him to do what he did, though. So
No, they did not.
what I'm saying. He caught a big fucking break, and that's how a lot of players, not just quarterbacks, get their break. Someone gets injured, and they have a time to finally shine.
Yeah, but there's a slight tone in your
What?
voice.
It's a slight
There's
tone.
a slight
slight-
tone. A slight
yeah.
Look, you
tone
know
when
what?
you
I'm
say
slight
tired.
chips
I'm
of
tired of
verbiage.
the. Listen. I'm really tired, and you know who agrees with me?
Cam
JJ Watt.
Newton.
And Pat McAfee. He was saying this. Enough with the friendly competition bullshit. We're supposed to be animos. Like we're supposed to have animosity toward teams and players. We don't have to be, but we don't have to constantly kiss and glaze people. We can have bitterness. We can say "fuck you," I don't care. It's not against the sports law.
You're right.
Someone has to be like, fuck that. While you two pat and congratulations someone, I could be like, yeah, fuck that. I don't care. You suck still. I don't care. I can say that. I can have that attitude.
You
yes,
can.
yes, you can. You can. You can.
But
So let me be a bitter bitch. Okay?
fair enough. You know what?
You have to understand.
Okay.
I honestly feel like if the Rams would have lost like last week or the week before last, I probably wouldn't feel so bitter. But because the Rams came so close and they dropped, and how the Bills fucked up, because I had picked the Bills to play the Patriots, and when they couldn't get that done, that was a bum.
Yeah, just
So you know,
Real-
I'm not. I
just
get to
real
be a
quick.
little salty. What?
real quick. I'm gonna call bullshit on you because if the
Why?
Bears did win that game, and the Seahawks beat the Bears, you still be a bitter bitch about it.
Yeah, you would.
No, I
You'd be
wouldn't.
like, oh, well,
Yeah,
we
you-
really.
yeah.
Who wants to see Sam Darnold? We at least Caleb's
this is
fun.
super-
You know, at
I
least
would
the
have always
Bears-
been bitter about Sam Darnold. I don't care about the Seahawks. They would have
that's
gotten
his
this
point.
energy
That's
no
his
matter
point.
what.
That's his point.
That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly his point.
You're
So
you
what are we
said
disagreeing on?
you said you wouldn't have been a Lewis. What did she just say? Lewis, what did she just say?
Literally,
I'm
he
confused.
said,
What did I
Jess, even if the Seahawks were to play the Bears, you still would be salty about Sam Darnold. And you were like, well, yeah, of course I would still be salty. But you just said before that, like, no, but like, I wouldn't even care if like another team made it here. I
Oh
wouldn't
no.
even
Okay,
care.
so let me clarify. So there's nuance here. So because you guys are misunderstanding. I would still be bitter about
Please
Sam
explain.
Darnold. I would have just gotten over the Rams losing sooner rather than later.
Mm,
That's
Oh,
the difference.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Sam
So
would
this-
have
this-
always caught this salt. He would have always caught this salt.
So right now,
The Rams, I would have got like if they would have lost 2 weeks ago, I'd
So
be like,
look,
oh fuck, and
look,
then I would have.
This isn't a
but
pinch of
I
salt
don't
right now.
care.
This is a handful.
This is the
Right,
whole
she's
fucking.
dumping-
This is like the salt on the road right now in fucking NYC. All over
I
the
didn't
road.
say. I'm not taking away anything he did. I'm just saying it sucks that it couldn't happen for us, and it sucks that you're there and not some other team that I was picking. That's all.
Look, Sam.
And I'm
She's
not
happy
excited.
for you,
I
but
won't be
fuck you.
excited later either.
Jess is dropping ocean water on Sam Darnold right now. That's how salty she is.
Someone has to get the salt. I'm so tired of like the Patriots are always 20 years of salt for them. I have nothing left to give to them. I have no more hate to give. They have, you know what I'm saying? They're always going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to
Listen.
save my salt for next year for them.
Listen. The Patriots right now are getting the Himalayan pink salt.
Mm.
Sam Darnold's getting the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold's getting the salt that you
Well,
put
you
on those
know,
fucking warm
But I will
pretzels,
say,
let me tell you.
what I will say this much. I don't want the Patriots to win, but I think I'd rather prefer them to win the Super Bowl. But there's a chance that
That's
he might
crazy.
actually win the
That's
Super Bowl.
That's crazy. Wait,
Jess,
what
you
is
want to know
crazy?
why?
Go back to
Hold
what
on.
the fuck you
Hold
just
on,
said.
Daniel. Before she restates what she says, at least last year I picked the Eagles from the start to win the Super Bowl. It's not like you picked the Patriots from the start to win the Super Bowl. Okay,
No, I
this is
didn't. But now,
crazier.
who else am I going to pick? You just told me to pick. Like, there's no all
You
my picks are
picked the
gone. So I have to pick
Seahawks.
someone. I
What's
did
my
not
Jess,
pick
Jess,
the
are we
Seahawks to
bugging?
beat
Are we
the
bugging?
Patriots.
Are we bugging? Daniel,
When did
Daniel.
I pick the
Daniel,
Seahawks?
do you understand me? It's not like, because I picked the Eagles from Jump Street last year, right? I picked the Eagles from Jump. So, like,
I had
you know what I'm
picked
saying? That's
the
my
Rams
pick, so I'm
to
fucking
win
there.
the Super Bowl. I picked the Rams to play and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When did you ever hear me say I picked the Seahawks?
No. For the Super
When
Bowl,
the Patriots.
you picked the Seahawks to beat the Patriots. Because fuck Boston and fuck the Patriots. You're a Jet fan. This is
You're a
crazy.
That
Jet
was
fan.
when.
It's
That was before I believed that the Rams were going to
One
actually
man
lose.
cannot get you this upset. I'm sorry. One man cannot get you this upset right now.
Sam Darnold can be
no.
on the list.
Sam caught me on a bad
Come
weekend.
on.
Listen, Sam caught me on a bad weekend. I don't care. I don't care.
All
I'm
right.
sure I'm not the only
All
person
right.
who feels
This
this
is
way.
talk. Her listen. Her pick is void because she's going void. All right. Her pick is void right now. She'll come back next week. Say, guys, you know what? I thought about it. A man's not gonna hold me down. I'm picking the Seahawks. I'm just saying.
A
I'm not
man's
gonna be
not
happy
going to
about
control how I feel.
That's right.
Clock it. Clock it.
No. I don't think because I told you like I also just don't care for the Seahawks in general. At least the Patriots, like there's an investment of like divisional hatred. I'd have
So you
no
want
interest
them
in
to get
seeing.
another Super Bowl, Jess?
No, no, I don't. But I also feel like the Seahawks get a Super Bowl. Like, come on, I don't know. I'm tore up. It's been a terrible weekend. I did not expect it to end this way. So forgive me. You don't know? Okay.
Hey, Jess. Hey,
I
Jess.
told you
Hey,
guys I
Jess.
wasn't feeling well today.
I know. Yeah.
And it just so happens that my anger is just
Yeah.
some
Hey,
reason the
Jess.
universe is directing it to the Seahawks. I
Hey,
don't
Jess.
know.
Hey, Jess. We'll forgive you when
Congrats
you.
to my girl though, Mina Kime. I'm sure she's
Mhm,
above and
mhm,
beyond right now. To the one Seahawks fan that I know.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Jess. We'll forgive you next week when you change your pick and you come to your senses. That's all we'll do. We'll forgive you next week.
Maybe I won't. Maybe maybe I won't. Maybe I'll turn heel. Maybe I'll turn heel.
Jess, turn heel. Grab the belt
Oh
and
my
turn
gosh,
heel
what-
right now. Jess, grab the
Lewis.
belt and turn heel right now. Please grab it.
Work. Jess, Lewis, it's working.
Oh my God, Jess. Jess,
It's
turn heel right
working.
now. Grab this title and fucking spin it. I'm gonna go give it to you. You're gonna fucking grab the title next week and you're gonna fucking spin it. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're getting her. We're getting her. Let's get her the big gold one. Oh, that'll be tough. Let's get Jess the big gold. Yeah.
I might be turning heel. I'll see.
now
using the
you see,
terminology.
now we're excited. The salt now it's great.
Jess,
It's
Jess,
great.
you just got 20 guys really wet. I'm just saying that right now.
I hope they have jobs. At least if you're gonna do that, please.
I killed
Hope
Lewis.
you have a hobby
I just
besides
killed
wrestling.
Lewis. I just killed Lewis.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm turning heel. I think I will make my final decision.
Jim.
I'll discuss it with my chief. Then I'll decide if I should
Alright.
turn heel or not.
All right, OTC light. All right. You know what? We love the salt now. The fact that you just said you're turning heel, we love the salt now. Keep it coming. Keep it fucking
coming,
going.
keep it
Keep it going. You know what? You picked the Patriots. That's fucking right. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't confirm that, but I'm saying it's possible. It sounds like that might happen.
See, now you're teasing.
Such a heel move to fucking tease the fan base like that. Such a heel move.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I don't
I'm
know
gonna-
if
I'm
I'm
gonna-
gonna do it.
You know what?
Well, I went to a WWE event not too long ago, and I picked up some moves. Okay,
Ooh,
I
you see?
learned as long as there's a crowd that'll buy pretend, you can just pretend too.
You see, Jess? You see, Daniel? She bought in. It took her a little bit, but she bought in.
She's getting there.
Took her
She's getting
almost to the end of the month, but she bought the fuck in. Took her 21 days, 3 weeks. She bought in. She bought the fuck in. Yeah, Jess, do you want a replica belt?
No,
Fuck.
I can't.
All right, shit.
No.
All right,
Fuck.
fine, fair
We'll-
enough.
we'll
I'll see
get
how
there.
I
We'll get
feel.
there.
We'll get there. We'll
If
get
I
there. We'll
turn
get there.
heel and my prediction turns good, if it wins, maybe I will take a belt.
She'll take. You know what? Fair enough.
Fair enough.
We'll do that for you. We got you. So yeah. So speaking of the Super Bowl potential, well, not the potential, the actual Super Bowl matchup. It's the Seahawks versus the Patriots, a rematch of 2014. How do we feel about this game? Well, we know what Jess feels. But Daniel, how do you feel about this
Jess
game
does-
come to
Jess-
fruition?
Jess, you want to add something?
No, I was gonna say the way you said that. Well, a repeat. Okay, can I tell you something? Another reason why I'm kind of disappointed is because we did not have Patrick Mahomes or the Eagles. Or you can even say the Niners because they've been nipping at the Super Bowl. They've been part of the rotation here. I honestly thought we would get two brand new teams we haven't seen. And I guess you can even include Seattle with the fact that they could be part of the new Super Bowl winning thing. I guess, I won't take that part from them. But I honestly thought we would get like a fucking fresh Super Bowl competition and not another fucking repeat. Like, as a football fan, I'm tired of the repeat. Now we haven't had this matchup in a long time, but it's only been like 6, 7 years since the Patriots have been to the Super Bowl. So it's like,
Good job, Jess. Way to get the meme
come
in.
on already. It's like we just need some fucking fresh blood. Like,
You know what's
and
funny?
the exception to the rule would be the Rams because they haven't been in the Super Bowl in a few years. And they have the better quarterback. They have a great coach. They kind of they have Puka, they have that. Like, they were just a more attractive, attraction. So it just kind of sucks that we're not getting anything new. We're still not fucking getting anything new.
You know what's funny? Even if it was Rams Patriots, it still would have been a rematch.
Yeah, yes. Yes. But I can tolerate the Rams.
Because they're attractive.
It's just the Seahawks. That's the only reason. It's just the Seahawks. This is the only reason. If it was
if this would have
anybody
been
else,
the Bears, Patriots, oh come on, that's amazing. I would accept that. Who else? Like the Niners and
Panthers.
Patriots, that is set off would not have been as attractive. But the Panther, like nobody wants to see the Panthers. I think I probably would have the same feeling about the Panthers, but
Eagles.
it still would have been new,
Eagles.
very new.
Eagles Patriots.
Oh God.
All right, fair enough.
Only because Jalen Hurts is on the list, it would have been like, okay, whatever. But I definitely would have been going for the Eagles if it was versus the Patriots. I would have never gone for the Patriots now. I would definitely have rooted for the Eagles.
So it is Sam Darnold.
It is, yeah. This is what I'm learning.
You would rather pick the
Daniel
Patriots
has
to win
Brock
the Super
hatred.
Bowl because
Daniel
your
has
hatred
Brock
for Sam
hatred.
Darnold. That's crazy.
I have hatred for Sam Darnold. It rubbed off.
This
the
is
hatred.
new. This
Your
is
hatred.
new. We've never heard this hatred. This is new.
I know, but this is what happens when you hang around with haters. Your hate comes out.
Who do I hate on?
No.
That's a great question.
I thought about that. I don't know if you hate on any one specific person.
I love a lot of guys. I don't know if I hate
Yeah.
a lot of guys. I don't know. Who do I hate?
No, and I didn't hate Sam Darnold throughout the year. I didn't hate the Seahawks throughout the year. I didn't think about them. I didn't really care for them.
Just do what I do in Niner games, and just hate watch.
Ooh, hate watch.
That's what
Yes,
it's gonna
hate watch,
be.
Yes, be like, oh, that shitty throw. Told you. Like, you know what I mean? Just fucking troll.
Look. Every time Sam Darnold throws a pick, just look at the camera.
You know what's funny, Jess? You're gonna be here. You know what I have here, Jess? The belt. Every time Sam Darnold throws an interception or you win your prediction, you hold up this championship belt and you fucking spin it for the camera.
Brain is melting. But yeah, that's my thought. That's what I thought.
Fair
That's where my thing comes. It just sucks
Fair
that we're
enough.
not getting like a fresh Super Bowl.
Yeah. You know, I
Next year
could
we'll see.
I could agree on that. I think if you told me in the beginning of the year, yo, Seahawks, Patriots, I would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would have called you a lot of expletives and dumb. But these teams are really good. They play really sound. And one team has a really good defense. The other team has a fucking elite defense. And the other team has Drake May, a second-year quarterback, who's fucking flourishing under his new head coach, and Stephon Diggs there, and you got Trevon Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, right? You got Keyshawn Boutte, right? You got Hunter Henry. You got a lot of good guys on that offense, but nobody who stands out and makes you go, oh, the Patriots this year, they got it. Nobody fucking thought that. Not even Patriots fans. Not even the owner thought this shit. Okay, maybe
So
internally.
that's the thing. Like no one saw it coming. So there was no bracing. There was no like brace yourselves. The Patriots are back.
But
Unless you were a Patriots fan,
but I
you
don't
know. So
think
it's like
people
it's like
saw that
hitting
from
me
the
at once
Seahawks
here.
either. I don't think nobody besides Seahawks fans
No,
really
but I have
saw
more hate
this.
for the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? It's like a mixed bag. And one thing I will say though, the one thing I will be looking forward to is Cardi B will definitely be at the Super Bowl. She's gonna be there for her man slash baby daddy. I honestly think they're just like best friends with who got like hooked up and had a baby together. I don't think they're like an actual couple. But I'm happy for her. At least we get to see Cardi B and not like more Taylor Swift. I'm happy to see her.
All right, fair enough. Daniel,
Fellow New Yorker, you know,
Dan-
knows jack shit about football because I don't know why she's with a Patriot, but I guess whatever.
there you go. And Daniel, how do we feel about the Super Bowl matchup coming up? Patriots Seahawks. Without giving a prediction, just tell us your
Okay.
overall thoughts about this matchup.
I don't know about just, but I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. I really don't. I'm at the point where it's fine. Yeah, okay. Patriots were the best team in the AFC after both down. Seahawks were the best team in the NFC. I mean, this was going to be the expected outcome anyway, right? And look, both teams are really good. Both teams are very similar. Both teams have a mid-ish quarterback who's playing up above their level. Both teams kind of have a really good defense playing above their level, and both teams are coached really well. So I think it's a pretty even matchup in terms of team style and team expectations. I don't mind it, right? And as far as quarterbacks goes, Drake May is Drake May. I really want to see how well he plays against the Seattle defense because this is a legit defense now, and a game as well is not going to be affecting him, and he's not home. So this to me is a very big test for Drake May, and I want to see if Sam Darnold can continue his recent form and how, because I feel like with Sam Darnold we're always waiting for the other shooter, right? And we haven't seen that yet. So we'll see. I think it's a fun matchup, and I listen. I just don't hold hate in my heart for Sam Darnold. I just don't, the way I do for New England, right? The Seahawks to me are fine as a franchise. They've never hurt me, nor maybe any type of way, So and the Patriots are the Patriots, so I'm always gonna root against them. But still, I can acknowledge they are a great team right now, and they probably have a good chance to win a Super Bowl. I can acknowledge that. But yeah, to me, it's a pretty even matchup in terms of team structure and how they're both kind of very similar and how they go about their game plans. So we're gonna see if iron's gonna sharpen iron. Who knows?
And
Could be a bloodbath.
I also want to say this probably about Mike Vrabel. He took the Tennessee job. The Tennessee Titans were at best without him. And then he elevated that team to AFC Championship game, right? He elevated that team to multiple playoff years in a row, right? He elevated that team with Ryan Tannehill. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Ryan Tannehill is garbage as a quarterback. He's not that good, okay? He was overhyped as fuck because they had that one show about him and all the girls loved him, okay? I'm tired of it. He was not that good. They had Derrick Henry and a bunch of ragtag group of guys on defense, and they fucking bought in, and they believed in his message, and they beat that Patriots team in 2019. They fucking played really good. He's a phenomenal coach. So him as a coach, I want to see him fucking get a ring. I would love to see that. But that means the Patriots would have to win. And I don't know how I feel about that as a Giants fan. I don't know how I feel about that.
One of his years in Tennessee, his team, he basically had like 99 different players he had to play because they were so injury riddled. Do you remember that season?
Mm-hmm.
From preseason all the way to the very end.
Yep.
He used like 99 different fucking people.
Yep.
To get to where they had to go.
Yep. And
no, he's a talented coach. No, I will not take that from Vrabel.
And the Tennessee Titans shipped him off because he was struggling with a team that's not really that good. But he had them playing above expectations, and they let him go like dummies because they're the Tennessee Titans. Okay? And then the Patriots scoop him up, and look at what he's doing in his first year. Fantastic, right? And you look at the landscape of the AFC, right? maybe these teams that we thought were the mainstays, maybe, this one down year could turn into another one. And then, now it's a little touch and go in the playoffs for some of these teams that have been here, who've been constant playoff performers. Might be a little touch and go. Patriots have a really good chance to really now assert dominance in the AFC, and they are only going to get better because Drake May is on a rookie deal. You can pay everybody outside of him. Fantastic. So, overall, Mike Vrabel, great coach. If he gets a Super Bowl ring, I'm not going to be too mad about it. But then on the other side, you got Mike McDonald, right? Defensive coordinator, really good defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. Gets the Seahawks job, brings in Sam Darnold, and believes in him. He had a really good season in Minnesota the year before, and rode him till the wheels fell off, and the wheels are still on, right? And JSN, he's took a leap. The offensive coordinator last year did him no favors, and JSN took a leap to being the best wide receiver in the league. And that defense, that defense is strong. They have really good safeties, really good linebackers, really good D-line. Their whole entire defense is fucking amazing. It's awesome. It's a great defense. And that is what Seattle is kind of rooted on, right? Seattle's rooted on the 12th man, right? Getting the fans involved, having that toughness, that grit, right? Really coming strong and holding together as a team. And they're doing that really well. And they're fantastic this year. Sam Darnold was fantastic this year, and that defense was elite this year. So it's going to be really fun to see, if Seattle could come back and potentially win a Super Bowl after the last time they were there was 2014, and we know what happened at the goal line. Yep, we know. We don't have to say it. We know. So yeah, that's how I feel about both those teams.
That was under a different regime.
Yes, it was. But we know how we feel about the goal line. Mike McDonald, are we giving the ball off? Please. Are we going to pass, or are we going to get?
What I will say is, they're going to get a week off, and I feel like Seattle, they were already well rested because they had the number 1 seed, and they had good momentum between last week and this week. Do you think that momentum takes a dip by the time they get to the Super Bowl?
No.
No, momentum-wise, no. But
No.
maybe their play might take
I
a
think
little dip because the Patriots' defense is good. Their play might take a little dip just because of the competition.
I think it affects both teams. I think it goes both ways.
Well, the Patriots need the break more than the Seattle does.
You think so?
Yeah.
Did they have a week off?
Yeah, they both have a week off. Oh, Patriots didn't have a week off. You're right. Yeah, they were second.
They didn't have a week off.
Yeah, they didn't have a week off. So that'd be good.
And Seahawks don't have to travel that far.
Oh yeah, they just gotta go fucking over there.
Take a nice bus ride. maybe a nice train.
Yeah, scenic.
They'll fly.
Take the scenic route. Yeah, they'll fly. Take the scenic route though. That would be nice, right? Take the fucking scenic route. That'd be good. But those are that's the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game. So there we go. Now we're gonna move on to some coaches that got hired recently, and one of them is from a team that their coach didn't get fired. He stepped down. Okay, he stepped down, guys. He did not get fired.
Yep.
He left. Okay? The Pittsburgh Steelers have officially come to terms with Mike McCarthy as their new head coach, their new tribal chief, their new head of the table. As Jess would say, going to a WWE event. Mike McCarthy was previously on the Cowboys, where he had multiple double-digit win seasons, not resulting in anything in playoff success, really. And he was in Green Bay, where he won a Super Bowl in 2010. Ironically, against the Steelers, which is funny. Guys, how do we feel about this? Talk to me.
I'm kind of surprised he took the Steelers job.
Really?
Okay, so honestly, I didn't think he was, because he's been on the Pat McAfee show. Certain days he comes on and gives his analysis, and he plays like he didn't really want to say if he was actually coming back to coach. He was kind of very like, oh, I don't know, and I honestly didn't think that. Of course, he wanted to come back to coach, but I kind of felt like Dallas left such a bad taste in his mouth. Maybe he wasn't ready to rush back in. But he took a year off, and I guess that was just enough time for him to see what the other teams are doing, like, who has true potential. I don't know why he really chose the Steelers, though. I don't know. When you think about it, who else would he have? Like, the other teams are not as much better, obviously, because they've hired their coaches. But I thought maybe he would have gone to a more, like, offensive friendly team. Like, I don't know why I feel that way. I just don't. Now there's talk of, is Aaron going to stay a year? And now we have to go through this. Is Aaron going to stay another year and reunite with
Yes.
Mike McCartney?
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
like, oh God,
He's always
really?
here. He's always
Is
in the
that why
inner
he came
cycle.
back? Did he
Aaron
come back
Rodgers wants
because
success.
Aaron was
off
like,
season.
I'm going to play? Is that why he came back? He was like, maybe I don't need a whole
off-season.
offensive team because I have Aaron. But it's like Aaron Rodgers is way past his prime, bro. He can't be the reason why he had to come back. I think he just came back not knowing it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. I'll get the better quarterback if it's not Aaron, so don't worry about that. But why do you think he chose the Steelers?
You want to take this, Daniel?
Luke, you want to go?
Oh, I'll go.
No, go ahead, Luke.
I'll go. So I think he chose the Steelers because the Steelers have been a winning organization for the uppermost part of 20 plus years.
Oh yeah, when they only go to the first round, yes.
And that, for for us as fans, it sucks. We don't want that, right? Because that's consistent mediocrity at that point. You're getting to a point where you're good. You're good enough to make the playoffs, but you can never seem to get past that point. You can never seem to get past the wild card. You can never seem to get past the divisional, right? It just seems like you're stuck in the same rut and you can't get out of it. So that's probably why. And Mike McCarthy, solid head coach, right? Nothing flashy, nothing too crazy out of the ordinary, but he's a winning coach, right? He wins games, right? In Dallas, he won games, regular season. Not really playoff success, but he won games. And the Steelers love to have that success. They want to have that guy who can come in and bring a team to 10 wins. They want to have a guy who could potentially bring a team to 11 wins, right? And the Steelers, with their rosters with Mike Tomlin, they have always overachieved. They always feel like they can win because of the year before. They were always in the playoffs. So we got it next year. If we were in the playoffs last year, what's to say we can't make it the next year? And then the next year, 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 and then the next year. And then it snowballs into, okay, we're always in the playoffs, but we can never get past the wild card. Oh, we're always winning 9, 10 games, but is our team really that good? Oh, we win 10 games in the regular season, but we lose a stinker to the fucking Browns sometimes. We lose to really bad teams sometimes, and we play really under competition. Right? It just became a thing where they kind of needed a fresh face in the room, but they also still wanted to compete. And that's the problem for me. I think that the Steelers should fucking stop with this whole shit about we can compete. You can't, bro. We've seen it year after year after year after year after year after year after year. How many years do you want to go back to? Because we've seen it. We got a whole fucking catalog. We got a Rolodex of years that we've seen where you can't hang with the top teams. You're a top franchise, historically, but right now you can't hang with these top teams. These top teams run circles, laps around you, bro. You're just not. So if I was them, if I was in the organization, I would tell them, listen, tear this shit down, take a couple years off, like the Patriots, try to find your quarterback in the draft high, try to find your guy, build around him, and see what you got with a young up-and-coming head coach or a guy who's consistent, maybe like Mike McCarthy. But with Mike McCarthy, they have a feeling that they can compete. That's the problem, because Mike McCarthy gives you that edge. He gives you that reason to believe that you can compete. I think they shouldn't fucking be in that mode. But the Steelers, they're gonna fucking Steeler. And they're gonna always think that they can compete, and then when they win 9 games and then get fucking bounced out of the wild card again by fucking shellacking, they're gonna be sitting here, oh, well, how did this happen? Well, how did we end up getting to this point? Oh, because you think that you can compete, but you can't. Your team's not good enough. It's not. Your defense is aging. You don't have a quarterback. You don't have an offensive mind in there. What do you think was going to happen? But you're the Steelers, and you constantly overachieve. So, honestly, yeah, I think this next season might humble them, but I'll let Daniel continue on with a thought. But go ahead.
So, I'm gonna take a kind of a glass half full with this hiring. You go the opposite of Lewis a little bit because I think while you make this hire because you maybe think you can win, I think you hire McCarthy because he's a good coach. Right? At the end of the day, he's a good coach, and even if you are not winning next year, he knows how to win. So say you have a bad year next year, right? You're not firing him. You know you're not. You gave him a lot of money. You gave him a multi-year deal. You're giving him
And they
the
don't
time
fire
that he
their
needs,
coaches.
and they don't fire their
Tomlin
coaches.
didn't get fired; he resigned.
Right. So if there's one thing Mike McCarthy's gonna have, it's time. So let's just say hypothetically, Aaron Rodgers does not come back. Guess what? They don't have a quarterback, and they're gonna suck. They're gonna be bad. Regardless of who the coach was gonna be, it was gonna be a bad team to coach, right? So I think with that in mind, I think McCarthy kind of has this idea of okay, maybe I'll get to build my team my way, right? I'll get to draft my quarterback. I'll get to kind of build up my offense the way I want to build it up, right? While kind of having some pieces still there that maybe okay, we'll be competitive, but we won't be like in games, right? But you still kind of keep that. It's important to have that winning mentality and that winning culture in a clubhouse. And Mark McCarthy does that. And Mark McCarthy can teach winning. He can teach young players how to play really well. And to some degree, he knows how to develop players. He did that in Green Bay. So I think to some standard, right, this isn't like we have to win next year. This isn't like we have to win next 3 years with Mike McCarthy. I don't think he's here to do that. I think he's here to maintain that success that they have. Of maybe not a playoff success, but we still play the right way. Right? We're still a proud franchise in the Steelers in that we're able to kind of generate we win certain games. Right? Maybe we won't be competitive, but maybe we won't win. We'll be competitive, right? We'll still go out and we'll still do that. I think Mike McCarthy brings that, as opposed to a young coach who's learning, right? I don't think the Steelers want to have that massive dip that a lot of teams have. They want to keep that level of success to some degree, right? I think a few years down the line, while you have Mike McCarthy, who's a good coach, you don't have to go find a new one, right? And if somebody becomes available, you could fire Mike McCarthy and bring in that guy who you know and you feel like is ready to win now with this team that he's built, right? So I feel like this hire isn't necessarily them screaming, "We're going to go at it again." I think they kind of are playing the long game of like, we're going to hire a great coach now, and in 2 to 3 years we'll see where we're at, and we should be, maybe not a Super Bowl team, but we should be still a winning franchise and a playoff franchise. Is the way I look at it.
Fair enough. I think this offseason is going to be very telling, the specific moves that they make. Because if they fucking
if Aaron Rodgers,
oh
if Aaron listen, if Aaron Rodgers comes back, we're blasting that. Then that's blasphemy. Because that makes no fucking sense.
There we go.
He was terrible.
Like that.
Okay, that makes no sense. But it makes all sense in the world, right?
You want to know why?
Because
Because the Steelers think that they can still win. Oh, well, Aaron got us to 10 wins last year. What about this year with Mike McCarthy, a reunion? We can get to 10 easy. No, you can't.
No. He did not show enough magic during the year. We did not get enough of the old Aaron. There were a glimpse here and there, but it was nowhere near consistent enough, and it was not enough. It's time for him to retire. He should go now.
We
Go now.
agree with
It's
you.
okay. It's okay. Your last 3 years didn't pan out the way you wanted. Some of that was self-inflicted. But it's okay. You're a Hall of Famer. You have a Super Bowl. You got the MVPs. You played against the amount of his career. You played against some of the greatest people that are probably ever going to play this game. You played against Tom and Peyton and Pat. You played against all the massive receivers and the great linebacker. You played with it's okay. You can just let it go now.
Fair enough.
You played for 3 franchises with great besides the Jets having great history, they're still world renowned. You played with Green Bay. You took over for Brett Favre. You fucking held that franchise down, and then you tried to come to the Steelers, another great franchise. And you did the best you could with Mike Tomlin. You guys tried to do some magic, and you went to the playoffs, which was better than the last 3 years you were playing in the NFL. So at least you could say you went to the playoffs in your last year. He comes back. I don't know. It's really going to say a lot about McCartney as a coach if they come back and he does really well. Like if he plays better than he has in the last few years. But I just don't see that being realistic.
Yeah.
Like he disinvested in football way too much over the last few years to like still carry that like fire. That's how I'm perceiving it. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's kind of the aura he's been giving off. Like he's into other things off the field and taking 7 months to decide if I should come back, should I not come back, and then you had the injury. It's like
Jess,
it did not unravel the way you wanted, but it's okay.
if you think that me and Daniel could be egomaniacs, let me introduce you to Aaron Rodgers. He loves this.
You guys know I love, and you guys know how I feel about Aaron Rodgers. I like him. I liked him. I
Mhm.
like him.
So you like
But
egomaniacs?
I'm kind of a masochist.
Huh?
Do you know what a masochist is?
Don't they like love dead people or something?
No, no.
What is that?
They like hurting themselves. They get off on it.
Not hurting
Oh!
themselves. They like pain.
Pain.
like
They like
pain.
they like
Oh
pain.
no, Jess, don't do that to yourself, please.
Listen, Lewis, she's a Jet fan. We're all masochists. When you're a Jet fan, you're a masochist. Just automatic.
Yeah, so it's
You were born in it.
so it's no wonder. It's no
Yeah.
wonder why I can tolerate Aaron Rodgers' foolishness. But
I've seen worse. Just
Yeah.
starts cutting up. That's not funny, actually. It's actually really sad.
No, they'll like they'll whip themselves. They'll
Oh,
pour like candle wax on their hands. And
are,
other
are
stuff.
they are
people
they like
inflict pain on them.
are they like are they the type to like the people who like want people to like step on their genitals?
Masochist, yeah, that's what BDSM is.
Oh, okay.
Sadist and masochism, it's people who like to give pain, like to take pain.
Okay.
That's what a masochist, someone who likes to suffer, someone who's intrigued by suffering and pain.
Oh, those guys are weird.
That's it in a nutshell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is weird.
To get back on topic before we move off this topic real quick, because I do want to build on what Jess said real quick about McCarthy taking the Steeler job. It's a weird job to take when the Bill job is there, and I thought Vegas was a perfect spot for him. And
I
at the
think
time,
him and the Bills would have probably with Josh Allen. I think he could have done some magic with Josh.
and the Ravens job was still open. The Browns job is there. So I think the Steelers are a weird job to take right now, especially for him. When the Bills job, to me, I guess the Bills didn't even interview him. I don't know if that's true or not, but it doesn't seem like it. So maybe just both parties weren't interested in that.
Maybe he knows something about the other teams that no one knows. That's not privy to the public. Maybe he knows people that work in the organization. Maybe he doesn't trust the potential that's on the team. Maybe he doesn't like their draft picks, their draft statuses. I mean, because you're right. He could have gone to the Raiders, but like the Bills, the Ravens, they're just other teams that I think that may be in a better position to get you further. And the Steelers don't pay. They're one of those like franchise where they don't really give out the big bucks to everyone.
And the ones that they do, kind of head cases,
Yeah.
right? Like we've seen it over the years. We've seen Antonio Brown. We've seen Le'Veon Bell. We've seen with George Pickens. We've seen now with DK Metcalf, right? Their ownership isn't. How do I put this in a nice way? Sometimes the decisions they make are really foolish. Just gonna put that out there. At least over the last decade.
Yeah.
So there we go. Mike McCarthy.
But just how do you feel about the other new head coaches that were hired?
Yes.
Any opinions on them?
Who were the other ones that got hired besides Harbaugh?
I got you right now, Jess. I got you
And
right
I
now.
don't know the person who got hired for the Ravens. I'm going to be completely honest. So I don't know
I don't
why
think
they
anybody
got
got hired
him.
for the Ravens. Oh wait, Jesse Minter.
Yes, they
Jesse
did.
Yes,
Minter.
he did. My
Jesse
bad. My
Minter.
bad. My bad. I was thinking of Bills. My bad. There we go. Here we go, Jen. Nope, that's not it.
How about Mike McDaniel getting hired to coach with John Harbaugh? Jim Harbaugh.
In
Oh,
in
I like
LA.
that. I mean, I like that pairing. It's going to be a very fun locker room. It's going to be two unique guys just shits and giggles, you know. But it's good he's not a head coach, and maybe he'll learn something from Jim.
And let's just say that offense might take a leap. Justin Herbert,
Yeah, I think
take a
there's
leap.
some people, you know what Daniel used to say about, and what he still kind of says about Kyle Shanahan. There's great coordinators, and then there's good coaches. He
Mm-hmm.
used to say Kyle Shanahan was just a good coordinator.
Yep.
So maybe Mike McDaniel is that. Maybe he's better dealing with a certain aspect of the team without having to run everything else, because it's clear what happened in Miami. He didn't know how to be a leader of these people. Maybe he did when he got there, but once shit started to fall off the rail, he didn't have the skill to get people back in track. You're having players talk about other players in the media, people ratting on each other. Well, this one doesn't come to the meeting and that one doesn't come to meetings, and people come in anytime you want. You got the fucking your quarterback complaining about there's no leadership. So it's obvious that maybe he is not ready to be a head coach. Does not have it seems that the players did not give him enough respect, and he kind of just like fizzled out of being relevant in his own locker room. But I think with Jim, he may pick up a few things. You know,
So true.
maybe after a few years with him, when the Chargers, if they especially if they have success, he can get that opportunity again later down the road.
Mm-hmm. Now, Jess, how do you feel about Robert Saleh becoming the new head coach of the Tennessee Titans? How do you feel about this?
Um, I kind of feel like why the Titans, but then it's like that's probably the best thing he can probably handle right now. Like, would you trust like I get it, Rob. First of all, defense. So you got to think defense, right? Because that's who he is. So would you trust him with someone like a Josh Allen? Like, would you? What other team would he have done better? You know, and the Titans, they have that quarterback. They have what's his name again? Drew. Don't tell
Cam
me.
Ward.
Cam
Cam
Ward.
Ward. I said Drew. Cam Ward. So that's a good start for him to be in the head coach. I'm surprised he did, but he got interviews for multiple spots.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
But I guess I don't. But did those multiple spots actually offer him a deal and he denied those, or was it Tennessee that actually offered him
I'm
and
not.
he
I'm not
accepted?
too sure about that. All I know is
I don't
that
think
he
they
is
ever
the
really
Titans
said,
head coach.
because it's like I don't know, would he have chosen other teams over the Titans? But the Titans
Hmm.
kind of feel like a safe bet for him.
You want to know why I feel that way? And this might you might be in agreement with me on this. Less expectations than New York, right? You have a rookie QB who's shown flashes, who has potential, and the defense was horrific last year. And we just saw
And you
what you
can
could
fix
do.
that right away.
Exactly. And we just saw what you could do with a fucking paper napkin, a penny, and a broken potato chip. We just saw what you could do with practice squad guys. Tennessee is a practice squad team. They're garbage. They're awful. You're going to have a lot of money to spend in free agency. You know, try to build up that defense and then have the offense come along as Cam Ward comes along, right? Build up that old line for him. Who knows what could happen? Maybe, you might surprise some people. You may not win the division, but you might be a little more competitive.
Yeah. I also see it being another Jet situation, a couple of losing seasons, because there wasn't much besides the defense improving greatly before they fought, like, while he was still there. The Jets didn't have success under him. So it's not like you can actually be like, yeah, this guy is definitely going to do it. We see that when he's with a good offensive companion, something like Kyle Shanahan, like he shines because all he has to do is focus on defense. He may also be another one who may not be cut out yet to run a whole organization, to run a whole team. But the tendency, like you said, it's a bit easier. There's less expectations. It's okay if you don't do anything like the first 2 years. You know, people are going to be expecting you to be building, be building, be building. But it can either go either way. I wish him luck. It's funny. I'm like, fuck Sam Darnold, but I'm like, you know what, Robert Saleh, I wish you luck. I hope he's all right. You know, and as a Jet fan, I remember saying that, the Jets got to probably fire him. I didn't know they were going to do it in the middle of the season like they did after that London game. But I still acknowledge that he did try. And because he's been with a winning organization before, I think he's picked up some good things, especially just in this 1 year being back with the Niners. He was probably able to absorb a lot more tools to go back out there and pick up a head coaching spot somewhere else.
Yeah. Now, did we talk about Kevin Stefanski with you?
No.
All right. So how do you
Where's he
feel about-
going?
He went to the Atlanta Falcons as to be their head coach over there, head ball coach. How we feel about that?
It seems like that may be a good fit for him. He's another one where I feel like this year, between the teams that fired their coaches and the coaches that are available, it's sort of like there's no like easy, oh, that shoe fits. Like it's just like you never like everything is 6'7". It can go like we don't know. But Atlanta's got some good keys. They got a few good pieces, and he may be the one. I think it's another safe bet.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, I would probably agree with you. And how do you feel about Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator, former of the Chargers, going to be a Baltimore Ravens coach?
I'd be honest, I had no idea who that was. So when they hired him, I was like, who is this? Now, you guys know because I am a football fan, but I am not
Junkie.
I'm not on, you know what I'm not. But I feel like, do you trust? I mean, you have Lamar Jackson. Is this the coach that you want to coach him? Get it, your defense, and you came from the Chargers. It doesn't tell me that the Ravens are trying to invest in fucking Lamar Jackson. That's what it tells me with this hire.
Would you have liked to seen maybe like a more offensive minded coach here in Baltimore?
Yes. Yes. Because you have Derrick Henry. You have Lamar Jackson. You have weapons. Like you need, and I get the defense needs great improvement, but your fucking quarterback is one of them. Like you need to give this guy, like you need to pair him with someone. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass, but I just feel like I don't know. Because it's going to suck if it turns out to be a fucking Joe Burrow Bengal situation. You have Lamar coming out fucking swinging left and right, and now they're losing. I can see that happening. Because, I wasn't necessarily. When they fired John Harbaugh, like, it's sort of like, okay, he was there for what, 19, 18 years?
Mm-hmm.
But, they've had recent success. AFC Championship game, playoff games, divisional games. It's like Lamar was able to do stuff under that. And now you could be possibly fucking pushing him back for a defensive coach when you know he needs an offensive coach. So I just feel like I don't know. Good luck to Lamar. Good luck to him. Good luck to the Ravens. Hope you guys, it could work out.
It could.
It could work out.
But
But you know who I am concerned about? Who is going to coach Josh?
Who's left?
I think it's one of two guys, if I'm going to be honest.
And I know that guy very deeply.
I think it's either going. I think they're going to go very safe. I think they're either going to promote Joe Brady, their OC, to be their head coach,
Oh, I think I see that happening.
or they're going to hire Brian Dable to reunite with Josh Allen.
That's probably going to be one of the two. Those two options, you're probably right. It's going to be one of those two.
Because who there's nobody out. Like McCarthy was probably the other option I could see potentially working out. But as terms of the coaches who are out there, unless you're bringing somebody back, I'm not too excited about it. And I think they would play it safe and go with like either Joe Brady or Brian Dable.
Yeah. Fuck Brian Dable.
What about Miami's head coach, Jets? You know how that is?
Do you know who Jeff Hafley
No.
is?
Oh, I heard of him. I've heard his name.
When?
How?
You will be surprised where because I've heard that name. Someone in the ether was talking about him somewhere, and one of the podcasts I was listening to a sports show and the chatter. I've heard that name.
Because me and Lewis had no fucking clue who this guy was.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I heard his name only when he got
No,
hired.
you see how quick I said I never heard of the mentor guy who went to the Ravens. I know I heard this guy's name before.
Yeah.
I just don't know. It's like I'm telling. I've heard it somewhere. Other people could have talked about him in passing. Pat McAfee has a lot of people on his show, and they talk about random people that you don't hear. Because, like, maybe I heard it there. It's possible I heard it through, like, other sports commentary, but I heard that name. I don't know. But why? Where's he from?
He's a former defensive coordinator for Green Bay.
Maybe that's where I heard his name. I mean, this person's from Green Bay. He knows what a healthy organization looks like. So
But is that Miami?
no, what I'm saying is they're probably looking for someone to implement a new culture to help steer them in a new direction. Like I feel like unlike the other teams that had to fire their coaches, I feel like Miami was the one that was very loud about the dysfunction in their locker room. And that interfered with their play. So I feel like they need someone where they can trust that you can get everyone back on the same page.
And is that Jeff Hafley?
We don't know, but he's been in a place where there's better habits, there's better practices, there's just better ways of doing things. So they're looking for someone to help plug the bleeding. Like someone to bring in fresh air. Like maybe not. I honestly think that ownership is a little creepy considering like what they did with Brian Flores and all that shit. So maybe they did not want to go big name. Why did Mike McCartney go there? Why didn't Jim Harbaugh want to go there? Tua, even though he's injury prone, like
And
why?
he won't be coming back probably. He's not coming back.
But still, it's like why? They still have Tyreek Hill.
Jalen Waddle.
They have
Devon Achane.
they look. It's not. They're not like destitute. They just don't have anyone to fucking put. They got ingredients. They got no one to cook. They got no chef in there. They got nothing. There's no direction. There's no one with a whiteboard. There's no one with a schedule. There's just. So I think the ownership is they don't want anyone flashy. They don't want anyone with a big head. Anyone with too ambitious. And they want someone but still they want someone who's come from something decent. And we know Green Bay is decent.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yep. And now, time to get
Before-
into the.
actually,
Go
Lewis,
ahead. Go ahead.
Before we went to because I just remembered a topic you want to talk about.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about before pre-plan. How about the Bills ownership blowing up their own organization?
Oh
in
my
front of live
god! Oh
cameras?
my god! This is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. The owner don't give 10 fucks. He don't give 1 fuck. He don't give 1,000 fucks. 1,000,000
How
fucks.
long was he?
1,000,000 fucks.
How long has he been the owner? He's fed up.
Probably a long time. The way he sounds. Probably been
Was he
around.
the owner of the 4 Super Bowls that they lost?
I got you. Hang on.
Maybe. Probably. Owners stay there for a long time.
Look, that's another franchise where clearly there was a lot of dysfunction, but it hasn't leaked out till now.
Woo!
2014 he's been the owner.
Oh, 2014.
Okay,
Oh,
so
he
brand
was
new owner.
brand new.
Not brand new, but not from the prior regimes where they lost all those Super Bowls. But I feel like he wants to win. He knows what he has, and he's got no more patience. He's paying Josh Allen a lot of money.
Mhm.
So it's like, I don't give a, like you said, I just don't care. They need to look alive. He needs to look like he's doing something. And the fan base has had it. They've had it. And clearly they're the owner and the coaching not a good relationship. Not good. And it probably hasn't been good for a while. But when you do enough winning with this fucking sunshine unicorn like Josh Allen, a lot of that shit gets swept under the rug, and no one knows anything terrible is happening behind the scenes until you come out and say, everyone's fucked up. This guy keeps messing up my fucking quarterback's chances. My quarterback keeps fucking up in the toughest moments. Like, what is going? Like, he's just.
Yeah. I think, if I had to put my 2 cents on it, I think it's a bit of scapegoating, potentially. And I'll make this point. You get rid of Sean McDermott, fair. You're criticizing him and him having say in certain draft picks, i.e. Keon Coleman. Even though your GM, who is sitting right next to you, wanted Keon Coleman, said it in the draft process, he wants him. But no, it's Sean McDermott. It's the coaches. Coaches want him, right? Beanie wanted him, but maybe not at that pick. Trying to save face, right? It kind of felt like he had an ultimatum to make. It's either the GM or the coach. Who you getting rid of? And the fact that he is talking so brazenly in the media, it doesn't make fans any less stressed. It doesn't make fans any less or any more hopeful about what next year could be. It just screams dysfunction. It screams senile. It screams you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It screams you don't know that your shit stinks. Because there was reports that Sean McDermott, before the playoffs started, told both of them, this roster cannot win. We can't win with this roster. This roster's not good enough. And it kind of sounds like he got butthurt. And he said, you know what? First chance I get, your ass is grass. Because you're shitting on my guy who can't build a roster. But you can't even fucking get this fucking shitty roster anywhere. But the roster's shitty. It's shitty. Objectively, this roster that the Bills have was not as good as previous years. And we know that. But with Josh Allen, you always had a chance. So it kind of feels to me that the owner is kind of like shitting on a guy who's already out the door because you kind of had to like choose a side. Maybe.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
And then just you can go. I think we have to remember, too, that owners are usually the ones who hire GMs. And then GMs hire the coaches. So I don't think it's surprising that an owner is going to have a GM's back. I think it's surprising when it's this hard. And how none of the blame, he's not taking any responsibility for what happened. He's not putting the blame on the GM room or any of the executives, and that he's kind of, like Lewis said, kicking somebody who's already down, right? And I think it's in defense of his decision that he's doing it this hard. Like, no, my guy is good. My guy built a roster. The coach couldn't win with it. That was the problem. I think we all could see from the outside that this Bills roster wasn't all that. Mm-hmm. So I think this is an owner defending his pick, showing off his ego, because owners have ego. We know this. So owners never want to be wrong. And this is him saying, no, I'm not wrong. The only time I've seen an owner over over overthrow GM decision is when Robert Kraft does it, Jerry Jones does it, and when Maurer did it with the Giants to get John Harbaugh. Other than that, usually GMs pick their head coaches.
Well, for him to be, if he has his GMs back that much, they probably have a close relationship. Like they're buddy buddy. That's his boy. Relationships. Yes, that's the word. A good relationship will help you when you suck at your job. So that's one. And it's really dangerous. And I get it, because all owners, if you're spending this amount of money, of course an owner who is at least interested in his team wants to have a say or give a suggestion about who he wants from the draft. And some owners may not push it. Some owners may say, or some owners just completely trust whatever the GM and the coach decide. But I think the dangerous thing is when an owner wants to be too involved in roster picks and you are not a coach and you're just not close enough to the actual fucking game. You're just paying for it. That can be very detrimental to your quarterback because you're picking people he don't fucking need or can't work with. And it's like I feel like when you have a gem like Josh Allen, I feel like all your fucking picks need to be scrutinized. All your picks better be the right pick. Like you want to set up your team to make a Super Bowl one. Like so that it's just it seems like when you guys put it that way about the owner, he probably meddles too fucking much. And maybe that's why Mike McCartney wasn't interested in the Bills. Because he already had a meddling fucking owner. So maybe he kind of saw like, oh, maybe you're too close to what I had before. At least with the Steelers, the owner just trusts the fucking coach with everything, and I don't got to kill myself about it. Oh, I didn't think about that, but maybe that's why they probably also still don't have a coach.
And also, yeah, because especially when this gets out like this and it looks this bad. Not that it looks this bad, it is this bad. Who wants to play? Who wants to be a part of that? Who wants to come
But you
into
have to ask
dysfunction?
yourself, is it worth me coming there? I get Josh, but then do I get like what is my day to day? Is this coach Jerry Jones, but on the low? On the low, does he pop his head in here and there? Is he like talking to this one, talking to that one? Like, are him and the GM constantly having meetings that I'm never a part of? Like, what is like, it's I don't know. It is abnormal to see a coach come out and just not to see an owner just come out and shit all over his staff he already fired and got rid of. We've heard owners gripe while they're there during the season and some bullshit call happens and the coach made the wrong decision. We've heard owners chirp. But then they get rid of the problem and they move on. So I think for this guy, if he's still like for him to still talk trash, it's probably bothering a lot of people within the organization how it all ended. Not everyone is okay with the firing. People are questioning him out loud. So he's coming out to the media out loud and just like word vomit. He's hearing the talks. Otherwise, he would be okay with his decision and just shut the fuck up and just move on. But people are looking at you, an organization like, okay, yeah, we couldn't get it done. The roster sucks. You had Josh all these years, but it's like, are you sure you want to fire him without any backup, without any plan to replace him? It kind of seems like this was just done. Like, last minute decision. I fucking had it with Sean. You're out of here. Especially after you came and told me my roster sucks. So it's like, is this the beginning of the end for Josh's career if he don't get
Um,
out of the Bills?
no, because listen, Josh Allen is a generational talent. He'll find a way to prevail. Um, as long as
But you need a better roster to get to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl
Not just
speaking, yeah, it might
That's
not
what I'm
ever
saying.
come.
Super
Might not
Bowl.
come. Maybe 1 year later on in his career, maybe when he's
That's like
pushing his
sacrilege.
30s.
You know what's giving, guys? You know what's giving? Giving Peyton Manning vibes.
Mm.
It may take him to the very end with a new team
Mm-hmm.
and a great defense.
Yep.
Well, hopefully he learns. Let's all learn from that Peyton Manning. Don't wait till your 17th year. Go while you see the signs now. You're still young.
Yeah.
You can still make it happen. You can still afford to maybe have a couple of losing seasons. Peyton Manning, that was the last of his shit. He had no choice but to fucking push out that Super Bowl when he got to the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? And because he's Peyton, he could fucking do that.
Be like the Colts
But
against the Bears in the early 2000s. Be like that.
so I feel like Josh,
Oh no, the Saints. They played the Saints.
we'll see how the new coach comes in a year or two. We'll see how he feels about the team. But I feel like players today have to be smart. Don't try and fucking make your career 15 years with one organization. Don't do that to yourself. You see your organization not getting what they need, not doing what they need to do for you, and you have the talent that you have. You're not some seventh round, and no shit talk on property, but you're not a seventh, fifth round quarterback.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
you are going head to head with Patrick Mahomes.
Every
Like,
year.
you light the fucking field up. Other teams will die to get you. Don't subject yourself to fucking just suffer it out for what?
Guys.
You know who this I'm also aiming this at. This is not just for Josh, but there's another
It's
quarterback who's
it's
like,
it's for
you
Joe.
you need to fucking
Joe.
get out of Cincinnati. Like, you have to let it go.
Listen, Joe, listen. New York weather sucks today. But it ain't always that bad.
Because Ohio sucks. Their
It
weather
ain't
sucks
always that
too.
bad.
Hey, but you know where the weather does shine well? L.A. Rams just lost. Is Matthew Stafford coming back? We don't know.
Yes.
L.A. Josh. L.A.
You
McVay.
think Sean would give up Matthew to get Josh?
He'd
Yes.
give up fucking 25
Yes.
first right. He doesn't give up. McVay, yo, I would love to have McVay security in his job for
But when is
anything in my
Josh's-
life.
Wait. When is Josh's contract? When is it
Ooh,
done?
That's a great question.
Listen, Sean will give up his stash for Josh Allen. Okay.
Oh my God, he'd give up his stash, 12 first-round picks.
Like, I
His
honestly think if Aaron would
family,
have
he'd
left
give up everything.
a few years earlier in Green Bay, he may not be in the position he's in now.
All right.
He should have left the
Okay,
first time
he signed
was
a
considering
March
leaving.
2025. He signed a 6-year, $330 million contract through 2030. So he's
He can't get out of that. There's no way him to get out of that.
No, unless they
He's
trade
gonna
Well, I
be
for
guess
him.
there
Josh-
till
sorry.
Unless they
he's
trade
gonna
for
be
him.
there till he's 35.
How old is Josh Allen? Is he 30?
Like, probably 28. They're all like 28, 29.
Josh Allen's 29. He'll be 35 by the end of the contract. Yep.
Yep.
And that's when he'll win his Super Bowl when he's 36. Because he still has talent. You could be a quarterback at 40 and be elite. Trade
Well,
for
he
him.
has to stay healthy.
Trade for him, please. Get him out of Buffalo.
I would say, Josh, push for a trade. If it doesn't work out in the next 2 years, whoever this coach just get out. Just get out.
Threaten to
And Joe,
retire.
you got to get the fuck out too.
Do what Andrew Luck did. Threaten to retire. Say, fuck it. I'll leave the sport. I don't give a fuck. And then be like, oh, well, we don't want you leaving the sport and we get nothing in return. And then you get 4 first-round picks for Josh Allen. Sean McVay. This is the Sean McVay experience. They did it with Matthew Stafford. They did it with Odell Beckham. They did it with Von Miller. They had Aaron Donald. They had a crazy defense. And they won a Super Bowl because of it. And Sean
But you have
McVay
to
would
be-
do
I
that
mean-
shit all over again for
Yeah,
another elite QB.
you also would have to pick up the rest of his contract, no?
No, they'll do that in a heartbeat. Sean McVay don't give a fuck. I don't think we know who Sean
Definitely
McVay
salary
is.
cap.
Hold on. I don't think you know who the fuck I am, Jess. I am the greatest coach of this era right now. Andy Reid doesn't have shit
Here,
on
Josh.
me.
All right, Josh. Listen here. All right, listen. All right. You got to throw one Pukas on the field. All right. And he's gonna go a crossing route. He's gonna do a slant. He's gonna zigzag, and he's gonna get a touchdown. All right. Let's. You do that shit, and we're good. Go. All right, guy. All right. Really. All right. We're gonna go zag, BB, 4-4, up down, left center, center left, right left center,
When
zag,
is Joe Burrow's
dig,
contract
digger,
ending?
digger, and we're gonna
He
go
gives
break
me-
on
he's
5.
fine.
Break on 5.
Joe
Ready,
Burrow's
break.
contract. When is it ending? Let's see. Oh, this
Can we
is a
talk-
fun game. his contract situation?
I was gonna say, can we talk? Tell me when his contract ends. But don't you think it's crazy that Zach Taylor still has his job?
It's very. We talked
Very
about
surprising.
we did talk about this when we did it. Yeah.
Joe Burrow would be a
it's
free agent when he's 34.
Oh God, you can get him too. Get him out. Get him out.
I feel like that's more realistic. I feel like if they fire the coach, they're just gonna get rid of Joe Burrow and fucking say fuck it, just redo everything and everything.
Cincinnati
But
is a
Joe
similar
also has to
organization.
want out.
It's just crazy to me that Zach Taylor's still there. It doesn't make any sense.
It amazes me every day. I wake up and I think about, wow, how can a shit incompetent coach just keep his job? Wow.
Think about it. Kevin
I
Stefanski,
there was
Mike Tomlin, and John Harbaugh all got fired before Zach Taylor.
That's
crazy.
insane.
That's crazy.
But there was someone who tweeted that the only way Zach is still keeping his job is because Joe is probably letting him keep his job.
Joe
That Joe is
Burrow's
not
holding him at
demanding.
ransom. All right.
No, but
Just,
that Joe
just
Joe
would
is
you
not
say
pressuring the GM or the owner to fire him to get someone new. That he's just
would you say
accepting of
it's
Zach
because
Taylor.
of relationships?
I want to be honest with you. I don't think this is about I think this is what that tweet was saying. Joe is probably protecting Zach Taylor.
Well, Zach is doing a good job protecting Joe. I'll tell you that.
No,
Because he is depressed.
he's like that video when he was like this with his hair, and everyone was talking about like why is he doing like what's wrong with him, and he looks like he was literally trying not to pull out his hair. You can tell he was seething. That was the most anxious body language I've ever seen on a grown man on like screen. He was literally trying not to fucking flip the table over. No one has all that activity if there's nothing going on the inside. He has had it. He probably wanted to be like, "Yo, I fucking quit." The way he even answered questions about coming back next year and, "Oh, I don't know." Like, being very vague and not just straight up saying, "Of course. Yes, I'll work it out during the off season." You're over here like taking a very, you know how people say taking a page out of someone's book? He is tap dancing around taking a sentence out of a page out of the Aaron Rodgers book. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to make decisions while I'm emotional. Like that's coming. He's at that point where he's like I can't. And maybe he's loyal and maybe he does like Zach Taylor. He just feels like maybe he just needs a little bit of this or a little bit of that. Maybe I don't need to like maybe I don't want a new coach. Maybe I want to stay in Ohio. And it's just like you want that more than winning? Does he feel trapped that he can't leave, that he can't say nothing? You made sure Jamar Chase got paid. You said something about who was the other one that got paid?
T. Higgins.
Higgins, he got paid, and you pushed for these people to get paid. You pushed for that, and they gave it to you.
Maybe he's
So
doing the Devontae. Maybe he's doing a Devontae Adams where he doesn't want to leave his boys.
you need to stop. You need to stop with that, and you just need to let it go. Let it go, Joe, because the last few seasons have been painful to watch for you. It's been abnormal because you've been so good despite injury. So that's why it's like this is nasty what's happening. If he wasn't as good as he was, I don't think people would have care. Like, you know, of course you're this of course you're this is your record. You're just like a B average. You're just a good quarterback. You are not a fucking elite quarterback. But we have an elite quarterback just getting his ass handed to him game in and game out.
Yep.
It's just malpractice. Football malpractice. So don't
Well,
know if you come to the Jets, it's going to be any better. But
that is true. But you know what else is true? The UFC is back. It was back on Saturday. And me and Daniel, I was here for almost 8
I'm going to
hours.
shut up.
Daniel was here for at least 4 of
Four,
them, for at least half
five.
of
You
them.
guys can get into your UFC talk. I'll take a break.
All right, no problem, Jess. We got you.
You know
And
but how I feel about
we
that.
got you. We got you. Just don't interrupt me when I'm talking about my sport.
I won't.
I'm not done.
I'm not done. Okay.
All right. All right.
And it was a magical time, Daniel. UFC
Mm-hmm.
on Paramount. We were making jokes the whole time about we're on Paramount now. Ain't
Well,
nothing
I
could
mean,
go
w-
wrong in the world right now.
We're on Paramount.
We're on Paramount now, and
and they fixed their shit.
and they fixed their shit. We were not synced for the main card. Not for the main card. We were not synced for the prelim fights, but we were synced up for the main card perfectly. And it was just a wonderful time watching those great fights, right? I mean, this event really did itself a really good justice because going into this event, we were really hyped about it, but you cannot judge an event before the fights happen. You have to judge it when the fights happen because you can have all these big names all you want, but the fights are stinkers. And then, it doesn't really matter. Anybody can make a trash fight. Okay? It just so happens that these guys here did not make any trash fights. I felt like all the fights were pretty good. Maybe not the most competitive because, one guy was clearly dominating a fight, but it was competitive fight. And I think, maybe I'm a little bit biased. I haven't seen UFC in 6 weeks, so maybe, I'll come back to this card and say, maybe it wasn't all that. But we had knockouts here and there. We had Guy coming onto the mic and speaking his mind, and Josh Hokett.
Jess.
Come back,
for this
come
real
back,
quick.
Josh. Come back, Jess.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah.
So we had a fighter named Josh Hokett. I'm actually gonna send you what Josh Hokett said.
So this is in his post-fight speech after he just dominated a guy at heavyweight, and just beat him up and TKO'd him due to cardio in round 1. And he went on an interesting
I
rant.
just sent it. Jess, if you could go ahead and watch that video real quick, just under a minute. This is Josh Hokett. Okay, he's not a very known fighter,
But he will be now.
He will be now. This was the second match on the card, essentially. So if you go ahead and just come back when you get to the end of that video.
When you get to the end of the video, just come back and just let us know. All right.
And let us know what you think of Josh Hokett.
Yep. And there was a lot of good fights on this card, and I put my ego on the line and I started making picks. And I went 7-4 in total. Almost hit a nasty parlay on the main card. I was 6 fights in a row. I was cooking, and then Patty Pimblett sold.
Just
reacting. Just reacting to this guy. There you go. Just wait till the end, just wait till the end. How was that? How was it? Do you like Josh Hokett?
Jess, I want to mention he beat a former Marine.
Yeah, he did.
He beat a former Marine.
Due to cardio.
I have never seen someone be so proud to be a loser. Like, straight up, you just showed us. Some people, they just do one thing to let you know the type of person they are. Sometimes you don't have to get to know someone to know that they ain't shit.
For
I
context,
clearly
very
ain't
quick,
shit.
Josh Hokett ended his post-match interview saying that Brittany Griner was a man.
That's what I heard. Yes.
Everybody knows. Yeah.
Yes. And it's like, how many times have you masturbated to her that she's on your mind after you win a fight? Is there something you want to tell us? Do you like a woman who's a bit more on the masculine side? Or do you want a masculine man who can pass for a woman? Which one is it? That's on your mind after you win? You came up with this whole poetry, this whole
He
7th grade poem?
He's spoken word. He's spoken word hit himself in a fucking post.
It's just like, you said he's an average fighter.
This is only I think his second or third fight in the UFC.
This is second
He's a
fight in the UFC.
he's a legit heavyweight prospect because he has really good cardio and really good wrestling. And he hits really hard. So he's a prospect in the UFC right now.
Oh, okay. Probably get your ass handed to you. I hope you do. I will hate watch you forever.
Oh, we got him. Hey, watch.
I
Hey,
feel
watch.
like-
Hey, watch.
I feel like when you know that, I feel like when you have to make up for other parts when you're not like too great, when you're not, you have to stand out in other ways. And me writing a poem and calling Brittany Griner a man, someone who's not relevant right now in media, like
At all.
and you're mentioning her out of everyone. It's like, why her? It's just it's just why. It's just okay. I kind of see through this. You know, I've been around enough gay people in my life to know when someone's kind of like fighting, if they are or not. And it kind of seems like this man is torn. He wants to talk about his crush without talking about his crush. So he puts her name in a poem.
All right, we're moving on to the next fight on the card. we're just gonna move on. Jess is gone.
Thank you, Jeff.
Like fucking Batman
Jess.
came in and fucking swooped in, saved the day. Okay.
It's like lightning in a bottle, right, Josh?
Ka-chow. All right.
I forgot you had that.
I had to do it.
Forgot you had
I
that.
had to do it. Fuck, I heard it. I was quick with the draw too. I had it. Boom, ready. All right. But overall, this was a really solid card. And next week we have also maybe not the best card, but some good fights on there. We have Diego Lopez taking on Alexander Volkanovski for the second time. We have Dan Hooker taking on Benoit Saint-Denis. And those are two fights I'm really interested in. And also what helped me was the earlier start time for the card.
Mhm.
It felt really good to be done by like 12 something.
Phenomenal.
It felt really good to be done at that time.
Real quick, shout out to Paramount. The production value was also really good.
I liked it.
The lighting was really good. It wasn't as dark as it used to be.
Mhm.
The camera work was really good. And it's only $8.99 a month. And we're getting content like this of this quality.
Yep.
And for everybody who's complaining about the ads, shut the fuck up.
Shut up, everybody.
Shut the fuck up. We're getting almost basically free pay-per-views of amazing fighters for $9. If they want to have an ad every 5 minutes, take my money. Because what's really getting interrupted?
Nothing.
The walkout?
Ooh. And and for championship fights and for big fights on main card, they show walkouts.
Yeah. So what's the issue?
There is no issue. It's just people want to fucking complain. Because they see something perfect and then they're like, but it could be better. Shut up. You're a nerd. You're a loser. You paid $9 to watch this beautiful
I want to
card.
see what song he walked out to. Get the fuck out of here.
Shut up, loser. A bunch of nerds.
Watch the T-Mobile ad. All right?
Watch the T-Mobile ad, the Cricket Wireless, watch the Total Wireless, watch the Bet365, watch the everything. I don't care. You could slap an ad on their foreheads and I'm still watching. I don't give a fuck.
Listen.
It's $9.
If crypto wants more ads, they get more ads.
It's $9.
It's $9.
And I bet you a lot of people signed up because of it. So they're going to make that money back. And they got the bag from Paramount. They got billions of dollars. $1.1 billion every single year for 7 years. They're going to fucking have ads because that's how they're going to fucking
They're gonna be
moment.
fine.
They're going to be fine, and you're going to be fine.
If
and you're
Patty Pimlin wants to come out to a poly market chain, all power to him.
all power to him because the fight.
Good for him.
All I want to know is the fights. What they doing in that octagon? There ain't no ads there. Only on the floor.
And you know what? If it's really a problem, Make a new tier, Dana. Have people go no ads. Have them pay $12. Bet we're still paying $9.
But you know what's funny? It's a live event. You're gonna have ads, so just fucking suck it up and deal with it. How about that? Premium or not, it's a live event. Shut up and fucking sit there and watch the fights. You're paying fucking $10, $9 to fucking watch beautiful content and great fights. Shut up. 7 years of this is going to be fucking fantastic, and I'm going to love it every single second. That's pretty much all I had to say, really. I said pretty much everything in my breakdown that I did earlier today. So I don't really have much to say about the UFC. I already did it. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. And we've been going for an hour 50. Wow. We could fucking yap. Let me tell you, we could fucking yap our asses off. And let me tell you.
You want to do two quick news things?
Yep, go ahead.
Cody Bellinger signing with the Yankees. 5 years, 162.5.
Hey, Bellinger knows where daddy's at.
Jess, how do you feel about the Yanks finally spending the money?
Finally.
Money to who? I'm sorry.
They re-signed Cody Bellinger, who was their outfielder last year. 5 years, $162 million.
Nice.
I was gonna say it's kind of on the low end. Did you hear me?
Just a touch. A little bit low, but for Bellinger, it's fine.
I feel like they get paid. I feel like I've heard such bigger but I guess over 5 years that's not bad.
It's really good. So
There you go.
At least they're keeping someone. At least they have someone.
He knows where daddy's at. Big fish. Come back to the Yankees where you had success, bro.
And Indiana beat Miami in the Natty. Absolutely. Well, not destroy them, but won a close game. Cam Ward not going back for another year of eligibility. Not going back for his 7th year.
Oh, Carson
Carson
Beck.
Beck?
Carson Beck, not Kim Ward.
Carson Beck.
I was happy that
Carson Beck.
Miami lost because of that. I remember I was like, I finally got it because I thought it was so stupid that someone who's not a student is taking up a
Yeah.
student spot. Real some dumb fucking bullshit
And
right there.
I want to give it up to Fernando Mendoza. That brother played really well all season long, and he showed up when it really fucking mattered. A 4th and 5, then getting a touchdown off a fucking QB scramble? That's fucking
Yeah.
big money right
But-
there. And he's going to be first pick in the draft, and the Raiders are going to have a nice time. Him and Tom Brady are going to be fucking best friends. They're going to fucking laugh a lot. That brother's going to be smiling, and literally he's going to be like, yeah, I mean, I'm sitting right next to the greatest of all time, right? I'm
I
sitting next to
told
Tom
you
Brady.
how I feel about Mendoza. That he gives me Matt Leinart vibes for some
Look.
reason. That doesn't mean that's what he's gonna be.
He might be a little bit
But
corny,
sometimes I get that vibe.
but the brother can ball.
No, he can. He absolutely can, and they made sure they won that game. But just shout out to Indiana, period, because who the fuck saw you coming the last 5 years?
Out to Kurt Signetti. Google me.
Google him.
Like, who? No, they were not talking about you until you came up out of the fucking woodwork. But I will say this. I know a lot of people there's a lot of strong feelings about how college football changed how they changed how people get to the championship now. You
The
know,
playoffs.
and expanding the playoffs like they've been expanding for like the past 3 years, right? It's 8, 12, and now it's 16 next year.
No. They said they're staying at 12.
Okay,
But
12.
but they're gonna change certain things. So
Okay.
so a team from SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, and I think the MAC are all getting a guaranteed spot.
That's
in the
good.
con-
I do like
now Notre Dame. There's nothing real quick. Notre Dame will get a spot if they are ranked 12th and above.
and they could probably do that.
So again, conferences don't matter anymore.
I said the changes that they've been making with expanding the playoffs and obviously the NIL and the way these teams are changing. I think it's good that we're finally moving past the Alabamas and the Georgias and like the continuous SEC takeover with LSU. And it's like we are finally getting different, like a fresh faces again. Not only Miami making a resurgence, But Indiana, who the fuck's all like? What? It's like a way to keep it exciting. I like it. Not to say that I'm a huge college football fan. I'm not, but I do see the value in the changes that they made, despite a lot of whatever cons that come with it, especially with the NIL. And I think with the NIL, schools will find their rhythm because it's just going to be another. It's literally now officially NFL Junior. These kids are on contracts. Professionalism is going to be expected a lot more. They're going to be a lot more developed when they get into the NFL. And every year the rosters are going to be different. There's going to be a lot of drama because kids are going to want to transfer. The transfer portal is going to be crazy. They're still going to make changes on the transfer portal, like when they can and can't. Because right now it's more of a headache when they can be in the transfer portal. So I think it's just like semantics and shit they need to figure out. But I I'm excited for next year with those guaranteed spots. It's a levels the playing field. I feel like it's now everyone can say they had a foot in the pot, like they had their hand in the pot. And if you don't capitalize on that opportunity, that's just you. But here's a guaranteed spot for the ACC, guaranteed spot for so no, the SEC and the Big Ten are just not gonna fucking dominate everything all the goddamn time anymore. So we'll see. I'm excited for. I can't wait to see my guy come back. The king, the king of the north. That's his new name. The king of the north.
All right,
Got it
relax.
because Indiana's like up there.
He didn't even fucking make college football playoff. Real king.
Excuse me.
I had to bring you down a little bit. I had to bring you down just a touch.
All right,
the real king.
Cam Newton.
The,
All right, Cam Newton.
the real king. Oh,
Excuse me.
oh, the real
Why can't I just support who I support?
I'm just trolling. Can I fucking?
Okay.
Damn, son.
You can't take away what he's done for Notre
Daniel,
Dame.
you know what
and
I
the
did?
success he's had.
I put a woman down.
Rage bait.
Put a woman
You
down.
did.
You
did.
really did put a
Put-
woman down,
You
you
did.
asshole.
did.
But I'm used to men trying to put me down, so it's fine.
Yep. That's right.
Boy, would you like that man to fucking put you down?
Oh. He's a Christian man, so I
Christian
gotta
man.
be careful. I
Mhm.
have to have boundaries
He
on
would never
my
do
lust.
that. He would never
Okay.
do that.
Mother Mary, help me, forgive me. I'm not Catholic, so I don't know all the stuff that they do. But Daniel will educate me on how to ask for forgiveness.
Fair enough.
The Catholic style, 'cause my man's
I
Catholic.
guess I
so-
will. I guess.
Fair enough.
Also, real quick before we go, Ryan Clark, you're a fucking idiot. That's
Hey,
it.
what happened?
When he said that Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees aren't generational quarterbacks.
Can we put this in context? Why did he say that? Just don't say this. What happened? Because I kind of missed this debate.
They were talking, and he said that he doesn't think those are generational quarterbacks.
Did he say this on First Take or like the pivot?
He said it on what was it?
I think it was.
It was
first
only
NFL
one of the
Live?
it was one of the ESPN shows.
so
I think it was First Take though.
First take. Okay.
Did he say why he thought that they weren't generational quarterbacks?
No, there's no justification for that. They are generational. Stop.
No, I listen.
There is no context to give.
You have
He's
to
dumb.
you have to be rage baiting in order to say some stupid shit like that. You have to be rage baiting because that's not a fucking
Generational talent.
content
I think Patrick Mahomes is a generational talent. I don't think Tom Brady, I don't think Drew Brees, I don't think Peyton Manning are generational talents. I think Andrew Luck ended up being a generational talent. I don't think there's a ton of them out there.
But so then what? Then how does one, in your eyes, be a generational talent? Because there's not a lot of difference.
Production. Let me chime in here because I love the argument back and forth between y'all. I ain't trying to get in the way of
You
it.
got
But
it.
here's the reality. The operative word here is. Do you believe Arch Manning is a generational talent? He could be, but he's not. Why not yet? What have you seen to say that he is?
There's no evidence.
There's no evidence.
Okay, but so was Stephen A trying to say? Because if you're talking about evidence, then don't tell me 7 fucking Super Bowls just appeared out of Tom Brady's ass with the different amount of teams he played to get these Super Bowls. And Peyton Manning, let's just say if he had maybe a coach like Bill Belichick, he would have a lot more fucking Super Bowls. Peyton Manning, are you fucking kidding me? Like that is. Who else did he say?
Drew Brees.
So for context, Ryan, they're talking about whether Arch Manning is a generational quarterback,
No.
right? Right.
No.
So the argument that Ryan Clark is posing is that those guys weren't and aren't coming out of college, and I guess to some degree, I guess he misworded it.
But they still are great quarterbacks. But coming out of college, maybe they weren't as highly touted as.
Okay,
Let's
maybe
say,
coming out of college, no,
uh,
because Tom Brady was drafted in the 6th round. Um, Peyton's rookie year was terrible when he came to the
It
NFL.
was awful.
And Drew Brees, I mean, this guy's a Hall of Fame. Like
He was in San Diego,
generational,
had
like, is
injury
it
problems, all that.
then came to New Orleans. It's like, okay, and you want to compare it to Patrick Mahomes. Okay, he's obviously talking about like the fucking like the burst of like the magic that Patrick Mahomes can carry. But it's like, is you talking about the style of play? Because it can't be about
It has
production.
to be about talent, like physical tools, talent.
Then say that,
Has to be.
but don't say it's because of production, because no one has produced more. And I'm sorry, the Super Bowl is more. No one has produced more in fucking in what Tom Brady has given.
Yeah.
Sorry. As a Jet fan, I can. No one has produced more.
Yeah.
Like
He's the
Peyton
greatest of all
Manning,
time.
amazing.
Tom Brady, greatest of all time.
He was, but right after Tom Brady, Peyton Manning was the beast in the NFL. He played like a fucking general. Like he was always good. Like Tom Brady will tell you, it was hard to go against Peyton. Like you could, he was no walk in the park. So to even say like I just don't get where he's coming from when he means generational. If you want to say that it comes down to like arm, like you said, style, and like so it just, but don't talk about evidence based production because you lose that argument, Ryan Clark, hands down, 1000%. You lose the argument.
Well, I'm glad we ended this show off with Ryan Clark is a moron segment.
Can you do one more? Can we do
In
one
this
more?
in this case, he's the moron. In this
You can do
case,
it- you
because
can
I
do one
like
more?
Ryan Clark.
Let's go to
Sometimes.
one of our favorite people on the podcast, Cam Newton. Does he think Notre Dame is relevant?
Notre Dame. And I'm going to tell you this. When you start to think about all these different things that the preferential treatment that Notre Dame has gotten, will get, and will continue to get, point where now you start to say, damn, you bitter. SEC is dead. That's cool. Oh, man, whatever. Notre Dame is Notre Dame hasn't been relevant in years.
They were just in the national championship game 1 year ago.
They haven't been relevant for years.
Cam Newton, another professional rage baiter.
Cam Newton is a moron. Jess. There's no response you can give to that kind of lunacy. We're not going to respond to it because it's dumb. Okay? The best response is no response in this matter. He's an idiot. Next, move on. We're going. This is no. Wow, don't even waste your saliva. I don't want a woman to waste her saliva on such degeneracy like that. I don't want that. Okay, so you're gonna.
I don't mind wasting my saliva on Marcus Freeman.
You're gonna say, "Oh, fair enough." You're gonna sit there, and I'm gonna speak right now because that is lunacy. I would much rather you save your breath. We know exactly what you're gonna say, and we know exactly what Cam Newton just said. He's a stupid person. Okay, so that's what we're gonna say, and you're gonna nod in agreement, and that's it. Thank you. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else we can say about that. There's nothing else. The lady in the clip already said it. You're a moron.
Shout out to Shay Cornett.
Shout out to Shay. Is that her name, Shay Cornett?
I think it's how it's
Molly
pronounced.
Quorum.
SHA. That's right.
But I will say,
SHAE.
Shay. Yes.
we all know Cam's carrying a little hate in his heart.
A lot of it.
He's got a lot of resentment. and
Sounds a
he's
little.
found
He
a
sounds a
way
little
to do.
bitter.
Well, that's
Sounds a
where
little
he,
bitter.
but that's what fuels his takes. That's what keeps his takes, spicy and like because he's carrying a little, hate.
Beanish goes in the comments. Cam Newton is so low IQ. This part needs to be a short. It will be. What time is this? 2 hours and 4 minutes? Got it. All right. Well,
Don't. It's just weird. He's just weird. He's just a weird guy.
He's a
I
weird
don't
guy.
know.
He's a
You
weird
just. It
guy.
sounds like you're hating on Marcus Freeman.
Hey,
To be
hey,
honest,
Jess.
it's not about
Hey,
Notre
Jess.
Dame.
You know
It's
what?
about
You know
Marcus
what?
Freeman.
You know what Cam Newton is? He's very eclectic. If you've seen the podcast clips, you would know exactly what I mean by that. He's eclectic.
Yes, he's eclectic.
Thank you guys so much for being a part of the stream. This has been a great weekend.
Eclectic like your dong.
Eclectic like you dong. There we go. This has been a great week. We gained a couple subscribers this weekend. Hope to do it again with the more UFC. And, we got some more content coming next week, Sunday, as well. We're going to have our end-of-season quarterback rankings coming next week. Me and Daniel, did you even touch your rankings? It's okay. It's okay if you didn't.
I'm only here so I won't get fined.
Fair enough. So we'll have that done by next week. We'll have a nice little presentation for you guys, and we'll talk about it. We probably will agree mostly. Maybe on in the middle, we might disagree. But it's end of season, so we're a bit more chill in the end of the year. Okay, but during the season, you better fucking watch out, baby. So thank you guys so much for watching. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Get Back Sports, and we're the Get Back. The like Ohio State. The okay, we're big time. We're big ballers. All right, that's the mindset we gotta have, right, Cam Newton?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys throughout the week with more streams and more shorts and more clips and more content. Thank you guys so much, and take care.